Welcome back to another video, back to my channel, where we are continuing my knowledge spurts, my knowledge foe, my everything about what I know about each map in this game. On the 1.2 update, the current update is just kind of weird. It's like if you were, I mean, it's not too weird. It's like if you were, a new game just came out. Well, that's exactly what it's like. And you want to finish up stuff on the original game before you move on to the sequel. It's like if you had multiple parties to attend to, and you want to be the last person at one party before you go to the next. Maybe that's a bad comparison, bad analogy, but you know what? I'm trying here. Back where I need to be. The game's been running the whole time, just in case. I don't want to mess nothing up. I got one shot at this, and so far so good. Let me pull up my list here because my phone is dying and I need to have access to it so I can see the points I'm going to highlight and the order in which I'm going to do those. After a little brief, hang on. I gotta step away for a moment, but I'll be back. Game's not gonna update. Game will be here. That moment for you guys is gonna be like maybe 5 seconds. So I'll see you in 5 seconds, even though in real life it's not gonna be 5 seconds. And we'll jump right into this video. And just like that, I'm back. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, get comfortable, enjoy your stay. This one has a lot, so I have a lot to get through. Whoa. Not me to do that. So I should not be messing around because I do have a lot to get through and I want to try to fit this all in one episode. And I got 5 more episodes to film, or 4 more episodes after this one to film. My throat's going to be hating me. Plus I got stuff I got to do to finish up tonight because it is late. That's content, baby. So I really do hope that my voice is still recording after I take that pause. I've never tested to see if that would work, and I don't want to restart the recording. So here we are. Let us begin. This is my favorite map because I think there's just so much to do. I love how big it is. I love how high into the air you can get, how much climbing there is. It is great. I don't think there's any plain spots. That big open is like completely needed. It's all just perfect. There's a lot of parts I don't even use it. I don't know. There's so much you can do with it. Truly, this is the best map. No question about it. In my opinion, everyone's entitled to their own. So let me start with the first. Okay, my first showcase is about this crane right here. It is the main crane everyone knows and loves. Boy, do I have something in store for you guys later, coming up soon. But let's go over to that crane. The main focus point is that there is, how did I do the freaking ledge launch? I don't know. Some of you may not know, but there is 2 ways to get to this crane. You can either get to the top level and jump across, or you can climb the crane itself. So let's go with the original way. It's pretty easy. I didn't notice it until I saw somebody do it, but nice and simple. Always just look ahead. You crawl across on these babies, and you just go up as far as you can, crawl across to the next side. You can do it pretty efficiently, pretty swiftly. You can't climb across on those ones. It's got to be the sticking out ones. So always looking ahead. Make sure you got that platform. Your feet are up. There we go. It's a pretty quick climb once you get it. Maybe if I can keep going up, that is. Yeah, that's almost the home stretch. We're getting there. It's just climbing it is just fun in general, but if you do it smoothly, you can be safe about it and you can do some cool stuff. Also, I mentioned in the Steel Yard one that you can use a pole and they can't tag you if someone's chasing you and you're on a pole and they're beneath you. They can't tag you after. They'd have to jump off and do some maneuver. You're kind of safe to just chill like that if you're willing to risk that. You can get shoved, you can get like outmaneuvered, but it's like a little bit of an option. But the same thing applies for this. in that if someone is directly beneath you, they cannot climb up to your level and therefore cannot tag you. So something useful that you can use. Now I want to point out this very part. You end here with this piece of chunk right here, and you climb up the outside and the rest and get up to the top. And here you are on top of the crane. Mission accomplished. A little extra thing I like to do is jump up here. You can climb up here to get a little bit higher and go over to this one. I have tried before to get to the very top. I don't know if you can. Let's test with the pigeon real quick. The pigeon will let us stand up here. Because I think it should let you. I just don't know the angle and the way to kind of do it. Yeah, so you can stand up here. I think there's a way you can maneuver and get find some specific jump way to get the rest of the way up. I did not mean to climb up that way, and I just fell down. Pidge, save me. Oh, that one hurts. Pidge lift. Imagine the pigeon could ragdoll. You know what? It's actually no. I gotta do things in order, or I'm gonna get all confused. But I do want to come back up here. Pigeon. Okay, I should have set the marker point. That one's on me. It's fine. It's okay. That one's on me. Sit down. Set the. Oh, I didn't set the marker, but it's okay. Little charge jump will get you up here. Get up there that way. You're gonna notice this little method I'm using right now, which I don't think this is something that would be patched. Just remember what I just kind of did right there. I don't know if you can get up there. That's for another day. Maybe something for you guys to try if you want. If you jump from this side, you can do this from the outside too. On the left and right side, you can charge jump and climb up this way. If you're you can't do charge jump because your charge jump is replaced with a tag button. But you can get up here for a little extra height, a little nice enjoyment thing. It's not too shabby, I won't lie. It's pretty nice. It takes a long time to get up here, so it's like it's reliable if you're trying to burn the time, keep yourself moving. This map's awesome. You can jump across here. I'm going to now show the second method to getting up the crane. There's a couple parts to it. We're going to drop down all the way to rock bottom. We're here at the bottom. We're going to come over here. Take this zip line. I don't know what the exact fastest path is. I think when done cleanly, either way, either of these methods I feel can be about the same, but I'm not sure. I'd have to time it to be exact, but you know, the longer, if it takes longer to do something, then it's not necessarily bad. There's just more steps to this one. As you guys may know, in this level there is that large climbable wall right here that you can just launch yourself onto and climb up. This wall is really good. People like to go up this one. This is the one. This is the way that I usually go up. Again, if someone's directly beneath you, you can just keep them blocked if you wanted. It's especially useful for when you get to the very top right here. If you can block them and keep them from advancing, just shift with them, then they are not going to, or even here, yeah, then they can just not get you. There's nothing they can do. If you kind of want to waste their time a little bit while you think about stuff, it's the uses may vary. Then you want to get to the next layer up, and you can either climb up there or you can turn straight and come through here. I'm not really, I mean, anyone that's played this map, you've kind of seen things. I'm trying to point out stuff that's like not as well known. I want to show you there's 3 ways you can get up to this next layer. Some people, actually there's 4. I usually don't do the 4th because it seems kind of ridiculous to me. But the 4th is usually you run across here or maybe just balance across there, and then you can jump across and then you can climb up the rest of the way. I'll give it one solid attempt for moving on to the reliables. I mean, you can, if you got time, you definitely can. I'm not sure. I feel like that way is more difficult, but you can. If you do that, you can jump across, get to there, and then you got a ramp that lets you up. There might be some other variation ways, because there's no gap. There's a gap. There's no way to actually access that unless you're already up there, or that other way right there. Unless there is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, ladies and gents. You can do some finagling. I'll give it one more try. I don't think it's actually that hard. I've seen people like wall run to do it, but like it's probably just easier to do precise jumps or something. I'm not sure. I like hardly ever do this method, so I'm not too familiar with it. It also seems like you could potentially just use, okay, well that's basically one of the methods anyways. Okay, you know what? This works. You can shuffle all the way across. Yeah, that's pretty reliable. If you do that, that's not bad at all. Use a little point emote. Turn yourself. Yeah, that's not bad at all. And you get up here, and then you're on this upper layer. That's one of the 4 known ways. Anybody else see that red Superman just streak across my screen? That was weird. And then you don't even need adrenaline, but a little adrenaline will definitely make that easier. You just jump and do a little thing across, and Bob's your uncle. There you are. You're there, and you've made it to the crane, which is like the highest point in the game, pretty much in this game or in this level I'm at. Which isn't true. You can get up there if you use the pigeon. I wish I could bring to you guys news that I've discovered a way to get to this top level. Naturally, you can use the pigeon and whatnot, unless there's some bug for a pigeon. We're not looking for bugs, we're looking for natural skill. I've tried just about everything, every trick combo, stuff that has potential. There's stuff over in that tarp with like wall ejects that you think would work, and it just, I've not found a way. There might be a way. It would be absolutely game breaking, more than some of the other discoveries I've already found on this map. But currently I don't know. There might come a way. I hear there's no new tricks coming that might help out. I'm not sure. But let's show the remainder ways to get to this top level here that I know. I know you can run up to this and do a twist, which gives you a little height, and then you have enough oomph to climb up if you kind of time it well. Perfect. Beautiful first try. You got to shift over so your feet are dangling, hop up, and here you are. You're up there. You're all set. The second way is using this box, which is good if you can't launch jump. I kind of messed that up there, but you guys are seeing the vision. You don't need adrenaline for it either. At least I don't think. Maybe you do. For the box one, you might need adrenaline. The regular spin one, you don't. Another thing that I think would be kind of a cool trick jump is seeing if you can make it over this gap. And I have, oh my gosh, that seems like the closest one I've ever done yet. Well, let me show you the final method, which is a lot harder to do if you're it. And that's to climb up on this, charge jump. Oh, fall to your doom. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's fly back up there. That's not what I meant to do, but we're gonna come up here, teleport back. Yeah, you want to climb up on this rail, actually succeed in your charge jump, like get a jump out of it. It doesn't really matter how close you are to the wall as long as you're in that distance. Climb on up, shift over, and you are up. It's pretty quick. That's like the most reliable way I think of. Unless you did that pole climb method across there, you kind of can. It just takes longer. It's a little riskier. The spin works out good if you can do it successfully. You just don't want to fail it. Obviously, you don't want to fail any of them. But you know, and you can do all sorts of stuff up here. I mean, most people that have played the construction map or anyone that's played this game, I feel like most all have done all this exploring, found a way up or whatnot. Oh man, I really almost think that's possible. That's gonna have to be for another day, some more experimenting, if I ever make sequels to these videos, to see if there's any other method, if there's new stuff to discover, if you can really make that gap jump, because it's real close. Oh man. Okay, well, getting distracted. That's the ways to get up to the crane. That's kind of what I wanted to point out. What is next? Okay. Oh, I already showed the 3 ways to the top layer, so we got that one done. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We are going back to the ground floor. Let's take it safely this time. Yeah, smooth. We're gonna miss our jump, fall down here, do a couple wall ejects, show off our skill a bit. Uh, um, so when doing exploring, because I do think this might be the biggest map. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest map. I look for things that are like take a little bit of effort to get to, and I'm gonna tie this into some of the things I'm talking in the future. But let me show this off. I gotta kind of hurry. I'm already at 15 minutes. I got a lot to get through. So the objective here is, if you want stuff that's difficult to get to, I wanted to get to. I wonder if you can do it this way too. I wanted to get on top of this sign because it's like it just seemed possible. I don't know what made me think about it. It's plain, but I had a feeling it was possible, and guess what it is, and I'm about to show you guys how. You want to get to the first turn, you want to get to here, shift yourself over. Maybe it's the third. No, it's definitely this one. Then you want to climb up as much as you can. You're going to go to this little gap right here so you can climb up in it. And with that gap, you want to charge jump across, and you want to stand here, and from here, you can go a little higher too if you want, but this is like the minimum, and this is a pretty safe bet. From here, you just got to line up a good... yes, okay, we got it. You don't have to ragdoll when you do that, but a good, just like straight full power precision jump will get you here, line you up. People won't really be thinking about it. It takes a little bit of time, so it's risky doing the lineups and whatnot, but if you have a little bit of space and you're trying to mix it up, then this is a good, reliable spot. I thought this was pretty cool. I didn't know if it was going to let you stand on it or if it was fully solid, but there's a lot of possibilities in this game. All stuff I feel like the developer wanted you to find, and this one's not bad. It takes just a little bit of time to get to it. People don't really know about it. If people don't like really know that jump across thing, which is going to come back later, actually it might be next actually, on what I think could be the biggest discovery I found in this level is, yeah, this one's not too bad. I like it. It's a little plain. You can only walk 2 straight. You can't like get anywhere else from here, but I mean, you're here, you're on the sign. How else, like, others wouldn't think about that? I mean, you're close enough that it's cool. It's pretty neat. I almost wonder if you can wall climb up this because of how thin the thing is right there. I starting to wonder. Let's give it a try. I got a little bit of time. I give it a... Okay, it does not seem like... You can wall jump off of it, but that might be a little too little of space to do something. But it might still be possible, done perfectly, which you could do that. If you can pull that off, that's excellent. But there is the more reliable way that is fairly easy. Since we are right here, I want to just kind of show off. I've already showed off the wall ejects. Oh, and I guess it's that point in the video that I say that all of this that I show off is I've not watched any videos on this game whatsoever. I've seen a few random clips, and it hasn't really done. It's been nothing on like tech or hidden spots and all that. This is just my full exploring, my discoveries I found in my own time, witnessing other people as I play in matches, and all that sort of stuff that I'm presenting to you guys. I just feel the need to point that out. But yeah, you got to know the wall ejects. You go up to the wall, you press square. You should watch the rest of my videos and the general video to get more concise information on this and apply it to the rest of the stuff, because that tech is important. So let us move on. Let me look at L script right here. It is time for a very cool portion. You've seen bits and pieces of what I've been working towards, and it's time to finally get there. So everyone can climb the first crane quite effortlessly. It's very easy to get there, but it's like you're being teased with a second crane here, right? And you're probably wondering, like, I want to be able to get to that. I want to climb that one. I want to get onto that one. I kind of showed off. I didn't even give it a attempt, but let me go prove myself here real quick. You might kind of think with like some big jumps. I mean, looking at that, that's just a massive jump. You think maybe you can jump from the other crane, maybe you can jump from here. Unfortunately, no matter how much adrenaline you have, it is just too far of a jump. You will not make the jump, no matter what tricks, maneuvers you make. It is simply out of your reach that you cannot make. But actually, right here's a good spot. Then you look like, well, maybe it has boards like that one that I can climb up. Then you look over here and you see at the entrance, even though the tree's kind of blocking it, is a giant just stone block. And it's looking like just a regular crane that was not meant to be climbed up. Now, that's exactly what I think. I don't think this crane was meant to be climbed. However, we're going to climb it. I'm going to show you guys how to, yes, I'm not making this up. You can get so intense in here. You can climb to the top and get onto the top of the second crane right here. No cheats, no hacks, all live in the game. No use for bugs, no exploits, no glitches, no nothing. Legitimately full. In 1.2 at least. I don't know what the updates will change. I'll have to experiment and see all that what works. Which I will do. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video about it, but we'll see. But anyways, enough talk. I know I'm building a hype. Like how? How can you do it with no boards, no reliable method? I'm gonna show you right now. Let's get back up there. More wall ejects. This is a perfect, beautiful spot for it. Especially if someone doesn't know how to do it here, then the closest way they can get around is all the way in that corner. You're so free for so long if you're being chased by somebody that does not know how to wall eject climb. You are so solid. So my first way before we get to the actual crane itself is how to get over there. And you can do it from any of the ledges there. Those ones you'll ragdoll. This one is perfect though, because no ragdoll required, just a little bit of speed and a little bit of trick preciseness. That's all it takes, just a nice ledge jump, perfect time. Do a couple tricks for a little extra pizzazz, I suppose. Maybe you can make it without doing tricks. I feel like the tricks are necessary to get that extra distance, but maybe they aren't. Let's give it a test right now. Just running speed, give it a jump, see if that's gonna work for us. So you guys can all know. We'll find out together. Okay, well, I messed the jump up, so that one is kind of a failed experiment. We're going to be running that back swiftly because limited time. Give ourselves a little adrenaline. Let's try this again. Not miss a jump this time. Yeah, you're going to have to do some tricks to get across that gap. At least one. Two is nice. Two is better. The spins are reliable. The front flip, any quick one besides like the X held tricks are reliable ones that I think are good, and you will make that gap no problem. So you can do that from that base layer and you don't ragdoll, but then you can come back here. If you're being chased, you don't want to take that route. Some people have trouble with that one. I know because I've played with some friends that can't make that one as easily. Well, we do have more options. You are going to go to the third layer, I suppose. You're gonna come over here, let yourself off right here so you can access to the ledge. You can get on either ledge if you want, but no need, you don't gotta do nothing excessive. And here it's easy, as simple as a regular point launch, and just let yourself fall and you're gonna splat a little bit, but you will end up on this platform. This is some easy stuff here. We're gonna go to the last one. Say you're already up here and you get the idea to come over here, but you're on a different layer. Well, you can go to the very top layer too. And wouldn't you know, you can jump right across. You're gonna ragdoll in the air, but you are gonna be okay, and you're gonna make it to the crane platform where all the true magic happens. I think this is what I did the first time I was experimenting for this, seeing if you could climb up this, just because I wanted to guarantee that you make it. But turns out any edge one, you can make it to this ledge. No issue at all. Wow, I rolled in there perfectly. This is exactly what I wanted to be. But I'm going to walk out so I can show you guys. So here, it's all solid collision. Now is like the tough part. This does take some practice, but once you know, you'll be golden. Gotta drink that water. It's a little too lukewarm for my liking. Room temperature. I want something cold. I'm going to eat ice cream after this. Anyways. Now, you could think that this is like hiding away. It's not hide and seek. And you might get some game modes of hide and seek, but this isn't hide and seek. It's not like run away, like completely avoid. It can be though. If you want to guarantee your win, that's what I'm kind of going for here. You want that little break. You want to find a little piece to like guarantee your safety, and you're gonna pull off a move that you know your opponent cannot do. So that is what like good purpose for this is here. Man, I did some pretty good hours with this, talking some sessions, and I found some very great stuff that actually works. I'm going to show you guys now. No more holding off. So to kind of get in here, just a little jump and like running towards it, and it'll let you into the midst of the crane. And now these aren't as easy of climbing platforms, but let me do my best teaching here. I think it's you definitely want to climb this if you want to get to the very top. So already, just a charge jump and a grab, and you will get this because you have grabbed stuff like this before. No problem. Um, I recommend being on this one that's facing towards this portion of the building. So this lineup, not the side ones. You don't want. You can also climb this crane using wall ejects with perfect spacing. I've never done it myself. If you can master that, that's cool too. But this is just the way that I know. So these ones that I'm looking at right now, this one and that one. You can climb those still the same, but you can't get to the top if you do. So you're going to climb this one and this one. You're going to alternate between them. I'm going to show you guys right now. You're going to jump here, and you're going to come to this corner, and I can't tell you an exact spot. So the best way I do is say, don't exactly touch the edge, just wiggle back and forth, and then press X while you're doing that wiggling back and forth and holding up, and eventually you will come up like this. And that is perfect. Exactly what we want. Now I'm going to show, this is the method actually to get to the very top of the crane, but I'm going to show this off right now because this is an alternate way you can climb this. And how you do this here is you just barely little taps. You're going to tap till you see that your heels are floating on nothing. And all you got to do, we're going to use our emotes right here, turn around, toes aren't touching. This is how to do it if you're the tagger or you have the flag or something. Because I think, or if you don't have the flag, yeah, maybe, yeah, because you can't, your tag button will take up your charge jump. So all you have to do is do that little floating, and then you can just hold your regular jump X, and then this is important right here, guys. You hold X when you release it. Don't hold your climb button until after you release it, and then you can hold forward and you can grab. Release, grab, perfect. If you hold before then, you're going to do a lunge, and it's not going to work. And from there, you can hop yourself up, and then you can repeat that. You're actually already in a pretty good spot right here. You can do that, jump up, excellent, beautiful. Wiggle back and forth towards that edge, and you're good. Those thick ones are kind of nice, but this one you have to reposition. Now, that is the hard way to do it. I'm going to show you the easier way to do it. Is after you climb up, you come here to where your heels don't have to be that far off, but the majority of your feet have to be here to where you're not going to hit your head off of that bar. And you're going to charge up a jump, and you're going to aim for that corner. Make sure you're not towards the wall or your wall run. Make sure you're not too close, or some stuff gets like a little buggy. You just want to kind of aim for like the middle of that next one. Line yourself up, jump and grab, easy does it. On these thick ones, you can get a little bit lucky with good stuff. It's a little different spacing than the thin bars. These thick bars, you want to kind of be where your right arm is just covering up where that slanted diagonal bar meets the thick bar. If you kind of cover that gap, that's kind of where you want to be pressing up. And if you get lucky, you can climb 2 layers. Instead of just climbing up this one like normal, you actually do a jump to the next one, and that is much faster. So, a little spam on the side. Ah, beautiful. You can do it even cleaner than that. That one worked, but you can do it like super clean to where you just pop up. And then we're going to come to the edge, do a little spam. If the spam doesn't work for you, try to stop spamming, let go of the climb button for a second, and then repress your buttons again. You should still be holding on, and then try that flick up and that jump up. You're just going to wiggle up a little forward so your heels are hanging on, jump straight across, and we're going to do that all the way. Let's see if I can get this a little cleaner. Okay, see, that one didn't work, but no problem. You could do the heels off the edge method, or you can just jump across to the next and just try again for the next one. Hop up easy. Here is already like, if you have the flag or you're running away from tag, people that don't know this, you're already basically safe. People aren't going to know this. People don't come to this crane. People don't even think about this crane. It's like hidden away. It's not made to be climbed. And you're like guaranteed safe here. You got a lot of space to work with. Let's see if I can get this clean. I got to get one clean. There it is. Beautiful. Nice and super fast. Now you have quite a ways to climb. So you got to be a little consistent with it. But once you figure it out, it's easy. It's so easy once you guys get it. You want to flick forward. Beautiful climb. Beautiful spot. Stand up. Repeat that. Remember all that I had in mind. We're going to keep going all the way to the top, and I will show you guys how to get it legit once you get to the very top. So that's where I freaking freaked out. I have a video of me doing it. I don't know how many people saw it, but seriously, what I think is my best discovery in this game. I was already tinkering with this with a few friends while I was talking, and when I found out it was legitimately possible, I was so hyped. It was excellent. This isn't too hard. You want to be careful on the inside. If your heels are floating on the inside, it's almost like guaranteed you'll fall. So you got to be a bit careful. But I usually prefer to be on that side when I do this, but that's okay. It works on either side. So now we're here, and you're wondering, you can't just jump across, you can't do any other maneuver. This is where the other one comes through, and this is where it gets a little dicey. So you got to be a bit careful, but just a little tiny nudges straight out. You can get a little distance. You don't want to over push it, but you want to absolutely be floating. Like, this should be good, but you can do a little bit more. That is like perfect. That's probably just about as much as you can do. Now you'll float there. You'll be completely fine standing there. And then it's simple from here. This is just like the other crane. Remember how you climbed up there at the end? You're going to use your emote, flip around, have both your toes not on there or just barely touching there. It does look like I need to come a little bit further by, but this works. Charge jump, don't grab until after your jump is done. Excellent. And he just does the rest. And you're hype, and you guys successfully have made it onto the second crane in this level. You will baffle people, other people on the normal crane you'll point and wave at. Nobody is getting you up here if you know this method, and it's, I don't know. Again, this could be common, figured out stuff, but this is just cool to me because this was self-discovery, self-experimenting, figuring it out. Be like, oh, how did it take you so long? I've known this for weeks. I just haven't made videos about it. Legit, like, I don't know. You're going to just have to believe me. If you don't, to each their own, I say. But I'm an honest man, and this is it's such a cool discovery. You can do it done flawlessly. It only takes about, like, if you can do it pretty smoothly, it'll only take like 2 minutes or like 3 minutes. It takes like a minute to get there. You can get up here in like 3 minutes. So in like a 3-minute match, it wouldn't really matter. But in a 5-minute match, you can get up here. 10-minute match, you could just hang up here. Now, it's like, I get what I kind of think. No one's ever said anything about this, but I can see people not wanting to do this for the fact that if you're playing a game of tag or capture the flag, then what's the point of just hiding away to where no one can touch you at all? You know, to each their own. I like to do it because it's a bit of a flex. I think it's a fun climb, an extremely fun, different climb that like people don't really know about. And if you need a guaranteed thing, like maybe one person's pushing you around in a 10-minute match, they're pushing you nonstop, and you finally get a little breakaway, then you escape to the crane, and you're gonna win that way. You pull that off, and they're not gonna know how to do it. They're gonna try. They might learn a little bits and pieces, but they're not gonna know what you know. Thanks to this video you guys are watching right now. It's quite amazing. So it's pretty cool. I think that's where the thumbnail for this video is, me backflipping off of this. But probably legit. I've discovered some really cool stuff, but I think this is legit the coolest discovery I've made in this game. I'm quite proud of it. I don't know how common it is. I'm sure people have wondered if you can climb this, but it's in the barriers, and you can do it completely legit. Like, how cool is that? It doesn't look like it's made to be climbed, but it can be done, and all it took was just a little experimenting, just like a couple days of grinding, and it was, actually, I think I did this all in like a collective, like 3 hours. Just the stuff you guys will find. It's very amazing. So that is cool. It is time to move on, as I am 34 minutes in, and I think I have quite a bit more left. Actually, not too much, but not too bad. Yeah, the rest of them shall be pretty simple. I still hope my mic is picking all this up. And I got battery in my controller. Yeah, I do. I'm chilling. I'm straight chilling. So this is a good spot to do this next trick. If you guys, this is how to, like I say, as I put, ruin capture the flag on this one. This one could probably be frowned upon. But all you gotta do is either crane Either crane works. This one obviously takes longer to get to because of the tech it takes to. This one is a lot easier, and this is how you can ruin capture the flag. Once you, if you, especially if you do the 3 second head start method to just secure it really fast. Some people are pretty quick, so that might not even do much. But if you get it pretty quick and you run, and you climb up and you get to the crane, and it's as simple as anytime you ragdoll when you have the flag, you drop it, and if you jump from a high enough height, you'll ragdoll. So this one probably isn't the best. Maybe if you jump from back here, if you jump towards the base of this crane, it'd be good. But if you jump from the top over there, you jump from over here out this direction, then you're just gonna ruin the game for everyone because I can't really demonstrate this. I'd have to go into an online match. Even right there is probably fine. Yeah, you saw how I ragdolled before I hit the ramp because you fell a specific distance. So when you ragdoll in the air like that, the flag will not teleport to the ground. It might in the ramp case. That one might be riskier. You're guaranteed on this one. Just jump off in that direction or this direction or out towards here and to as far away from the tall structures as you can, and it will leave the flag floating. You can do it off this building too, but I have a little suspicion you might be able to achieve it. You might be able to get it. And the reason that kind of ruins it is that it's floating there. Nobody can grab it because if they jump off that height, they will also ragdoll before they grab the flag and therefore cannot pick it up. But if you were the last person to have the flag, as capture the flag works, you will have the most flag time, so long as you have the most flag time, and nobody can recollect it again. So yeah, I don't really need to demonstrate that. I feel like I explained it pretty fine. If that's the route you want to travel, you can. I've done it a few times. Mostly just makes people quit. So use at your own willingness. Use at your own risk. Yeah. It's a little bit ruining, but you know, that's how it is. I think this next portion here, I just wanted to show off the power vault, right? The power point launch, as I call it. There's not a whole lot of spots where like it really goes like a super smooth, but this is one of them that absolutely does right here. Because normally going across this, well, when you got a little speed, you go like this. If you want to get across, climb up, that is slow. If you tried to run and jump this, okay, well, you can actually do that, but it is still slower than doing this. If you just do that, then you're set, dude. Especially if you had a flip to that, yeah, that is much further. So that is a very good spot to utilize the power point launch, as I call it. I've already explained in the first video how to do it, but all you have to do is it only works on the speed vault, which is the square vault, and then immediately you have to do an illusion twist once you're about halfway up, where you're about halfway in the middle of the object, and you will flip across. It's pretty quick input. It works beautifully. It is. I absolutely love how that works, and you're so fast when you do it. So that is just a good spot I want to point out. If you ever need to escape somebody, you probably slow them up and lose them right there. Keep carrying on that way. I say use that power vault, that power point launch, any chance you can that you're not going to crash into a wall. Then, because you just get so much speed and so much space from people, you'll be untouchable. It only works with the speed vault. I tested it out. It does not work with the other vaults. Speed vault is the only way. Okay, I got two more tricks here for you guys. We're gonna go to the top of the building again. This is another way, not really to ruin stuff, but it kind of does. It's a little bit of a hide strategy that people don't really know of, and it's, I don't know, it might not be the most fun to do or fun for people, but it's just something that I found that exists. I mean, this map has a lot of text. This one's like, wouldn't call it a glitch, but it exists. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. What you're gonna do here is come to the back of this wall, and you can do it off of this side. You don't even have to be this high up. You just have to be high enough to where you'll ragdoll like you did jumping off the crane. I think this side works out pretty good because you're already touching the back wall here. You don't even have to leave out this. You can jump straight. You can power launch in towards the wall, and you'll just fall down. And what will happen is after you reach your ragdoll, watch this not work now that I'm explaining it. When you reach the point that you'll ragdoll, some parts of your limbs will get stuck in the invisible wall. I think you can glitch out of bounds this way, although I'm pretty sure if you glitch out of bounds, it just respawns you back in the map, because I think that happened to me once, but that's besides the point. What's useful is you'll jump off, you'll touch the wall, and you'll ragdoll, and you'll get stuck. Usually you get like 2 arms in there, and that works a little bit better. But if you can get like properly stuck, yeah, it's exactly as I said. It didn't work the time I'm trying to demonstrate it. We will keep it realistic and we'll go here because as of right now, there's no legitimate way to make it to that very, very top level. So we're gonna try that again. We're gonna jump off this way, hugging that wall. Yeah, that will do. You get like 2 limbs stuck in it. Most of the times you will. And that's the thing. It's probably better to get a little further out. But if someone's chasing you falling down and you fall against the wall right here, then you get stuck and they fall all the way down, then they're going to be at a standstill. You cannot wall jump off this invisible barrier wall. So you can just chill here, no problem. You can probably wiggle around, do whatever, and you can just free yourself by pressing X again and you'll get freed. That's no problem. Unfortunately, you cannot run back here. Let's see if I can do that one more time, just a little bit better. Like a realistic jump out. Because you're gonna want to, if you do this, you're gonna want to be far out, so that people can't just tag you while you're dangling in the air. But if they just follow you in the jump and they're not hugging the wall, like they're trying to cut you off somehow and trap you, then this could work beautifully. So a little lean, yeah, that's a good distance. And okay, arm did get partially stuck, but you guys see the vision. It's an option. It's not the most reliable, but it can trip them up, at least stall you in the air a little bit. It's not really hard to pull off at all. It really just does it on its own. I'm not sure why it does that, but it does that. We are just about out of time. Well, we're only at 42 minutes. I thought I had more for this, or no, this is about what I did. I was trying to account for how long it was going to take me to climb a crane, but I'm just a freaking pro at it right now, so it don't even matter. But the last part I wanted to show you guys was another area for wall ejects. Kind of good for if you want to sneakily escape somebody. This one is a little bit difficult. I have done that. I'm going to try to do it. I think after a few attempts I can get it. It just takes some trial. But you got that wall jump. It saves you from the fall damage if you time it perfectly. But the only other way, if you fail that jump across to this platform, if you're trying to get to the crane and you're a bit stranded, if you know the wall ejects strategy, you can just come to this wall and climb back up. If you didn't, which you should if you watch my videos, then you'll know how to climb up this. But you'd have to walk all the way around, all the way to that back corner, all the way over there. And it would just take so long to try again to get back to this. Again, the upper levels are more reliable, but the bottom level is quicker to get across to this. But instead, what you can do is there is a particularly tall tree here, and it takes a little practice. Instead of going this way, this would take some good mastery. It's kind of like a desperate move here. I mean, even just wall jumping, I think I'm going to discuss this in the schoolyard video, is that if you go up to a wall and someone's chasing you, like directly behind you, you can just jump to it and just freaking juke them and start going the other direction. But with this tree here, it is good enough space that you can wall eject and get back to the tree. And if you can keep yourself lined up good, then you will be able to climb up it all the way to the top. Yeah, if you kind of get in this area, you can just go back and forth pretty reliably. Just a quick flick. Yeah. When you get close enough, there it is. Yes, you get up here. Now you don't have to go all the way around. If you do it right, like just in that position that I did right there, then you don't even have to run all that way. This would be quicker than going over there and you just reset. As this last thing, can you make it here with that? Absolutely not. But you can do that. Yeah, so that is an option. Just an area I found that most people probably won't be able to do because the positions is pretty awkward. It's a pretty awkward setup, no lie. But it's an option. If you get it down, it just takes a little bit of concentration. But you can do it. Anything that exists anywhere, you can freaking wall jump off of. Or you just hang around here. People aren't going to think of that one. People will think of that common wall pretty often, but if you can master and get this one down, then you're set, unstoppable. Think of how far they got to go. You're so safe and so free. It's just, it'll make you guys just elite players. I'm providing elite ball knowledge right here. But that would be my last. Let me double check. Let me double check real quick. I've discussed some really awesome stuff in this video. I won't lie. Swag strategy, point launch, stuck in wall, climbing tree. Yes, sir. That is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, all forms of engagement from likes to comments to subscribing is greatly appreciated. Very much so. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something new. And I will see you in the next for whatever other map I discussed. Check out the other ones. And until next time, take care of yourselves.